Okay. Now will it show up? There we go. Well, let's get right on into it. I'm late to stream today because my sister and her boyfriend got into a little scuffle. Well, that was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry, I missed it. Maya! So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now, all I need is a motive. And proof. Wow! Good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? It's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. We have no time to waste. Do 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 do. I love Maya's theme. It's so good. I may have to use that as like a... I'll use it as BRB music. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the director and producer were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where the trailer is. What? Huh. Was Maya always this excitable? Do 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 do. Uh-oh. The old windbag is sure quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down. Yeah. I bet we can even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die! Woo! She's alive! I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh! The studio bigwigs love her! So she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look! The studio don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Sal Manella, the director? Sal? He's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to do. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? Oh, you poor, naive child. That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No. No, it doesn't, Maya. And about Mr. Hammer. Ah! I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it, calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh, she's really pissed. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume just so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Oh god. Frame drop because she's pissed. Alright. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming. Just one time. This trial will be over tomorrow. We'll be over and done by tomorrow. You can see them film then. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around. Ah! No, 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 no. No touching. Ah! Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean I almost had a heart attack. I guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I guess it's the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for the sleeping pills? Yeah. Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills? How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. The science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to the sleeping pills, see? If there's traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat! Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Give me just a second. It appears the controller is what's causing all these issues. So I'm gonna move over to the mouse and keyboard. So I gotta go plug the mouse in. Alright, there's this. Plug this in. Pull out the mouse. I'll have everything ready, but we will try this out. Alright. Oh, well, this'll do, I guess. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. And some people think we should switch suspects. Well, what do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How is Edgeworth doing, anyway? Oh. Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room, and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups? Bottles? Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, that bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Well, Ah. I gotta... Alright. Back. Slide. And move to the dressing room. Empty dressing rooms like this are kind of lonely, aren't they? I'm sure Mr. Powers will be back soon. He'll be fine. Yeah. Can we examine his bag now? Nope. Okay. Oh, wait, nope. I'm not used to this. I'm just gonna click my way through. It's main gate. Outside Studio 1. Yep. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left here to go to Studio 2? Right, but why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. Well, let's go to Studio 2. Ah, right. I hope she's not a murderer. Hey, Nick, it's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello? Ah! H-E-L-L. Oh! Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Let's see. Everyone had steaks. So, I remember this. This is where Salmonella and D. Vasquez ate. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. Something wrong? There's no bones. I don't know. I'm getting this funny feeling. Something about this just feels odd, you know? Can't say that I do. No bones. An incinerator. Apparently they just put this one in. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much. Okay. Anything else you want to say, lady? Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh, dear. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it! Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Oh, dear. She very clearly isn't going to talk to me. What's in the trailer? Come on. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. So, what's this? Nope, nothing. Okay. Trash can? Nothing. Looks like they were designing a set. Okay. I can't believe how much money they spend on those sets. Yep. So, where go? I guess exhaust this one. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila? If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh. Okay, yep, I figured. You're helpful. still, if they ate T-bones, where'd the bones go? Can we go to... No, we can't. We can't go to Studio 1. Main gate. Can we... Is he still in detention? He is. Poor dude. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Did you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only one day left. Let's make it count. Yeah. Though there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors, anyhow. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Sal Manila. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yeah, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on the big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up on being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. That is interesting. Let's go have a chat with Vasquez again. Maybe this unlocks something. Nope, nothing. Okay. Can we look at the car? A light van, same thing. Same thing we got last time. Okay. So... Yep, same thing. Dangerous looking I just spotted something. Look at that. He might have fell over and got speared there. The weapon probably isn't the samurai spear, but it could have been an accident. That's what I feel, maybe. Why would that one be bent out of all the others here? I can't exactly examine it. Okay. I guess back to Gumshoe? Maybe? Can we talk to you? No. Remains of employees' lunches. Same thing as last time. Hey, Gumshoe. Nothing. What do? I guess search around the dressing room. Hey, Penny. You were in here earlier. Nice to see you. You are adorable. What are you doing here? Oh, well, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all that you've done. But this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No! So let's have a chat. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah. Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on the Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set, then? What do you mean, The Last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whatever really did kill Mr. Hammer, it also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No! Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? It's already loud. This ain't gonna quiet down. How can they do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. That. And this is... A fan collected all these photographs. Yeah, I immediately went for that because I felt it in my bones. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay, well, what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me, what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this incident 5 years ago. Okay, Okay, all I have is starch. Sorry I'm late to stream, Renji. My sister and her boyfriend were having a spat, so I had my nieces here for like a while. So that was fun. Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died. And it was Hammer's fault. Someone died! It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had in Mr. Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why wouldn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know? Thanks, we'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Alright. Let's boogie. What? You're still slinking around? If you like this place so much, why don't you just take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Mr. Hammer. Who do you think made Global... Yeah. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer! She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Where did you hear that from? Nichols! Nichols? Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols. The assistant we talked to? Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? He did drug a man. I can prove. He did drug a man. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. I bet Powers put it in there himself. Even a lightweight like him would have trouble sleeping sometimes. Except I have proof that Mr. Hammer put the pills in. Take that! This bottle contains the sleeping pills. Mr. Hammer's fingerprints were on the bottle. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? I can't seem to get my Kraden voice down today. Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She had ties to the Mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I'm like trying to get Crate into her, but my throat's like, ugh, today. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant to harm anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor old Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. Photograph. Oh! Oh, shit! The plot thickens! And it's the bet one! It's the bet one! Look, we got the one closest, we got the one over there. It's the fucking bent one! I knew it was important! Wait a second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on the top of those stairs, there. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence. Shit. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. Shit! So, what do? We got a fancy photo. Let's go to Vasquez. Confront her. Like, maybe this will break her cool. Hey, Vasquez! You want to see something cool? No, I... Still getting used to the mouse here. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Old bag. Old... She means the security lady, Nick. Right, anyway... Miss Vasquez... You hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more. Inside the trailer. Nick? She went inside the trailer. I love how after 5 years they never fixed that. But, let's hope she doesn't kill us. You came. Well then. What was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you can control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident. But you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But, you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years? Over a mere accident. And I ran him hard. Believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh? Well, she was a big fan of hammers, you see. She just jumped. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a good few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Oh. Oh shit, we gon' die. We are very dead. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? Nice to know Phoenix can just nut up with the Yakuza here. I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Shit! Hold it right there! I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me, now! Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then. In court. I'll be looking forward to it. It's just gumshoe! You can easily take that big lug. Hey! You okay, pal? Sorry it was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! I was really scared. Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe. Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay. I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, you know what? This whole scene just cemented it for me. We're gonna keep... I ain't gonna take a break with this game once we finish this case. We're just gonna keep going with this shit. I love it. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Like, god damn. To be continued. Oh, great. I hit a to be continued. Cases go on, but damn, that was a good twist. I love this. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can hit my Kraden. Alright. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Willpowers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer in that day. From the testimonies, their truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. God, I love her design, but she... with knowing the Yakuza ties... Definitely a very scary thing. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I have weird frame drops every here and there, but overall it's playable. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on a table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, with that monkey's head toppling over. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Alright. Press, 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 till we get evidence. Alright, meeting... So we went to Studio 1. How? Hold on. You had Sal take you. No, we fucking... It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Well, how? Really? Where's the drive? Took a 15-minute break in the evening. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah! Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks. Did you really, though? You have someone who can verify this. Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak, it's the same stuff. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. Okay, so... The plate. The plate. Alright. Tab. Right, the plate, see? No bones were on their plates. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manila ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet, there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Okay, that's a good face. There's a lot of good reaction images here. Miss Vasquez. Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. There is definitely some untapped meme potential in this. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't that obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order! Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright! Isn't that a little presumptuous? Yeah, my Kraden's a little fucked today. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today you would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly be using that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't. I think you killed him the same way as the other dude. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ah, you see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Well, it would be this, wouldn't it? Take that! Oh. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. Okay, everyone's fine. Right. Okay. The samurai spear was broken. There. That's the one. Why did it go there? Take that! I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon. I fucked the flow. Great. This is what I get for being a potato. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who was wearing a thick costume with this, through the chest? Yeah, it lost its armor-piercing properties. I should know. I play a lot of shit. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then what, pray tell, was? How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright? Can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Yes, I can tell you. I was on the right track, just wrong order. Okay. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well. Let's see this murder weapon, then. Yeah! Look at this photo. What is this? Why? Oh, why? That's Jack Hammer, standing on top of the stairs. God, my throat's just fucked. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is all this about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Ah! Mr. Wright, continue. It was 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself. Had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet, the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1? And returned to the trailer at all in the space of a 15-minute break? Bitch, you had a car! How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way. She could move it. Yeah, she totally could move it. You'd be surprised. I bet she could do it. When people think their life depends on it, they can do amazing things. Really? No, the car! The car! She could have moved it. If you claim she did everything in 15 minutes, let me guess. Show me proof. Correct. Show me proof. How am I supposed to do that? And I won't have you making unsubstantiated claims. Wait a second, how does he know what I'm thinking? Ah! I need only to look at the cold sweat running down your face to know what you're thinking. Mr. Wright, perhaps you could like to reconsider your claim? She had another way. She could have moved it. She... in the car. Or she couldn't have. She has Yakuza guys. You see, even I cannot do the impossible. Therefore, Mr. Wright, I didn't do it. Agreed? Not agreed. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? Okay, so it's the Yakuza guys that come into play. I still say she could have just thrown in the car, but fine. For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright? Please show us how she carried the body. Yep. Totally the car. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body in the Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, that was Salmonella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Manella was a conspirator? I don't know. Maybe she can drive. We're just gonna save here, just in case. Of course he wasn't. Of course he wasn't. So, okay, yeah. So without Mr. Manella noticing anything, he put the body in the van. And managed to put the body into the costume? Are you seriously suggesting that is possible? Of course I'm not serious. Okay, yep, that's actually a good option right here, yep. I was kidding to lighten up the proceedings. Light? Lighten? You can't lighten up a murder. Mr. Wright, the court requests you refrain from making claims in jest. Yes, Your Honor. Of course Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? Awkward pause. Silence. Dead silence. So what happens next? Don't... Huh? Me? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Ah! I lost. Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean... D. Vasquez. So it was you? You killed Jack Hammer. Okay, this is gold. I love it. She's just fucking with everyone. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle? You proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right? But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. Whoa! 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 What? Yeah, how the turntables? Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Uh, 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 of course. It's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? What do? What do? Quick, safe save. Back up, just in case I fuck this up somehow. I won't put it past myself. She totally did it. But can we get another testimony? Maybe? Maybe she'll revise it. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all that there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? Shit. You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. Damn. I've come so far, only to fail. They fuck it up? As it seems, there are no further questions. I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness. Miss Vasquez. Objection! What? Edgeworth? Okay. Yes, Miss Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. I broke him! I broke Edgeworth! Okay. I love it. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. I can't keep his voice down. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly do you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily, I say. Ergo, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth. I just love Edgeworth now. We broke Edgeworth. I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when they found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Alright. Press, press, press. Sure, just keep pressing. Oh, nope. Fine, just press Q. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was that. And when exactly did you and Manel arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies in the costumes, mind you. Let's press a little harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in the costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen when people are saying, boy. Boy! The witness will continue her testimony. Keep pressing. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go call him? Remember. Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us. You expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Sure. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body, and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers really doesn't stand out. But we often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Or Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez. You may continue. Keep pressing. I have no idea. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent. Completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Fuck again! No, please! Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Old Bag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going toward the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. There really isn't anything to fight here, but maybe she'll fuck up. I doubt it. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She is not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in here I can use. Yep. Now, why not? You asked to be left out. Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. And I'm not really fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that, since we were in the meeting. There was no way we could have been involved, thus they covered for us. Covered for you. Or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot writing on it, with all these bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. Just gonna keep pressing. The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh, yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. Thank you, Edgeworth. I saw it too. I saw it too. You were going there in the first place. You discovered the body. Why didn't you bring it? You said the reason you didn't bring it was because there was a murder. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what this means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Thank you, Edgeworth! Homeboy, my dog! Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change in defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me! So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. We broke Edgeworth! Holy shit, I love it. Character development. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal, Sal told me. Sal, the director. Huh. You have to find something to peg this on her here, or everything we have done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. What's due? I knew the hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Then why would you go back and get them? Oh, right. Thievery. Okay. What do we got? What can I do? I knew the hammer was injured. Huh. Pierced through chest by spear. No. What do? I guess drag the photo, I guess? When in doubt, use the attorney's badge. Yep, of course. Totally. When will this ever come in handy? I'm feeling the photo, oddly enough. Or the samurai spear. I'm feeling photo, though. Music stopped. You knew that hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. But pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, oh, she fucked up on the names, didn't she? And I just didn't catch that. Okay, that was my fuck up. Great. I'm a dense motherfucker. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. You must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. You saw Hammer. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. Yes, he was. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah! And when he was doing this, well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume. And he went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that steel samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order! Order! I will have order! Witness! Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen in hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Yes. Okay. I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. The blackmail. The blackmail! He came to confront her. This is my proof. This is the photo from before? This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day, 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, Dee Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you, for petty change. Bringing us to the present day. Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here. Yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Dee Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was okay. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. She had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Good job, girl. You broke your shit. You didn't have any, violent change. Nope. You just broke your shit and accepted defeat. Good job, girl. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez. What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, how could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No! Manuel! Don't touch him! Miss Vasquez, no! Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. Mr. Edgeworth! Where's Dee Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm as collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright! Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. Hooray! Hey, Will's back. That is all. The court is adjourned. Well, time for the epilogue. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. What to think he tried to frame me for the murder? It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... Well... I feel this. This is right. You were the hero and everything. Yeah, he was the villain. You were loved by children everywhere. It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai. Mr. Hammer was the big star once. But he was reduced to acting in a kid's show. As a villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai. And so, he hated you. I think I understand. You could have just told me. I would have changed places with him anytime. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP! Oh? Oh! Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Ah. Is something wrong? No. Of course not. Uh, Nick, Edgeworth. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Ah, what? Ah, that was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar! Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better if we had not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes. Unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You'll listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends, as if. The rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? Of course we were, like, law school friends, weren't we? And so, the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. And thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. Good job, Sal. You got your shit. Nick! This is it. The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy the trading cards too, okay? You have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. Wait. Will's in that? You son of a bitch, I want to see that shit right now. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. He's the Pink Princess. The end. I love it. 10 out of 10. This is a great game. Yeah, it may look like there's some frame rate drops, but that's what happens when I'm in this thing and saving. Because remember, I'm running this shit on a potato. Oh god, I had like 6 different issues with this whole ass stream. Great. So, this should be it for the night. We will continue the next one. We will continue the next one next time because I've seen the memes of this next one. I have seen the memes. Like, we're gonna fucking cross-examine a parrot. I know this shit. Just that one bit, though. Just that one bit. I can't believe we're gonna cross-examine a parrot, but we are. This ain't gonna be the strangest thing he's gonna cross-examine. I think we cross-examine a fucking orca in one of the 3DS ones. But that'll be it for the night. I'll be back Friday because these trials supposedly get longer and longer as time goes on. So, I wish you all a good night. Uh, yep, turn that off. Because I saved. Thank God. Well, we'll go through the saga. I have, like, the Ace Attorney trilogy here. So, I actually have all three of them. But that might